Welcome to Positive Waves. My name is Matthew Collinson, and here's my great friend.
Joseph Soma.
And today I just kind of wanted to flow with it with Joe because this weekend I actually had a really great weekend. I got to see my parents, and I haven't. It's been a couple months, so it's always nice to see them when I can. And we're making more plans to be able to go see them in a few more months down the road, so that we can travel down that way. Uh, which I'm super excited about because I haven't traveled down there in a bit. The passes get all blocked up, and I only have a two-wheel drive car, so I'm not playing that game.
Oh, take it there a drive, or it's just conditions.
Yeah, it's to drive over the mountains. You really need a good four-wheel drive. I mean, you could do it with the two-wheel drive, but you're playing roulette there.
Risking it depending on time of day and year.
hmm hmm
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'll be turning 41 this year on the 26th. That's my birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Woo. So this will be my birthday episode, I think, which is just chilling, man. Like I'm just like the type that loves to chill. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna chill here and meditate. No, I'm kidding.
Listening to the soft tones of Matthew speaking.
Oh man, I would be so sorry for you. Um, so I was like, every time your birthday comes around, you start thinking this way or that way. Recently, I saw it was on TikTok, I think. It was this guy. Uh, And he was saying, like, well, if you celebrate your birthday, you're acknowledging that you're getting older and therefore you're getting older. So,
He ain't lying.
I thought that was funny.
That's
I
awesome.
wish that
That's
were
awesome.
kind of true, but I think we age. So we age.
We know we age, but me personally, I don't pay much attention to it. I tell my son I've got three different ages. I've got the age on that birth certificate. I got the age I feel mentally, and then the age I feel physically, and
Mhm.
none of them are close to each other.
Yeah, I kind of feel that. I was talking to my wife last night. I was like, huh, maybe I should start counting backwards now. Instead of going to 41, I'll go to 39 and then 38.
Why not?
See what happens.
I mean, it's a number. You can make it count up or count down.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. So to be honest with you, we'll be here however long we're here.
Then again, when you're pushing 79 and you forget why you're going that way.
I'm
What am
only
I?
one now.
Am I 3 years old or am I two? I don't remember.
Oh, by then the dementia's kicked in, and I'm not worried about it anymore.
It's a possibility. Not
Yeah.
one I would want, but it's a possibility.
No, yeah, I just want to, stay in decent health and like kind of work out and keep myself in shape as long as I can. Like I was like, uh, we were talking about working out, and I was like, yeah, we just need to work out real hard the next 20 years so that the following 40 years we can just chill until we're dead.
It'd be ideal, but I mean, I like you, I've realized I need to keep my body moving. So I've been
Mhm.
doing the whole yoga thing for a few years, and I'm not going to like a studio. I do the whole YouTube method. Oh, that looks like they'll make that part of my body feel better. Let me add that to the routine. And slowly but surely, I've built up a bunch of stretches I do on a random. Some days I'll do these stretches, the other days I'll do different ones, but always keeping myself moving, keeping myself as pain free as possible so I can live my happiest life. Because I know that's one of the things I've been fighting in my young old age is
Yeah.
the physical pain. So, yeah, definitely. If you listen to this episode and you're feeling those aches, start moving, start stretching, start doing something different than what you've been doing the previous X amount of years.
Yeah, that's what it is too, man. You get stagnant for years and you start to like your body atrophies, literally.
Mhm. Yep, and it's that whole time for money thing. You gave up that time. You could have been out in nature enjoying a hike, so you could sit behind that computer in a chair and earn that income.
Yeah, that's why I like early mornings. Though. I mean, that early morning air to me is like perfect air. It's like I'm just breathing as hard as I can as I'm running, and it's like, yeah, this feels good. Then you get to the runner's high, which I haven't gotten to in a while, to be honest with you, because I'm not running long enough. But it
We'll
does feel good
downgrade it.
during
We'll
the
call
day.
it a jogger's high.
Yeah, exactly. But it feels better on my body, and I know I feel better during the day when I get that done.
Yeah, that cool, crisp air. I think it was like 40 degrees outside one night, and I'm like frustrated, having a bad day. I just went outside and I just started doing breath work, and I'm like, man, this air is like perfect. It's just nice, cool, crisp air filling my lungs. I felt great afterwards, and it's one of the many reasons why I enjoy doing the breath work is it just makes me feel great. But that crisp, cool air, it was like a super fuel or something. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like like when you're doing that too, it gets you back to that stillness. Like I keep thinking about how we're just here floating on a planet, man, and like flying through space. Like I literally think that all the time. Like, wow.
Yeah, it's something that pops in and out of my head, and most recently, my son brought it up, and he's like, "Dad, how fast are we spinning through space again?" And I'm like, "Oh, geez, which direction?" And
Yeah, I don't even.
I was telling him, I was like, Matthew just recently looked that up. I think one way we're going pretty fast, the other way we're going even faster, but it just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it's. I think they said 6 or 7 thousand miles per hour. You can Google it though. Maybe it was
Something like
even
that.
less.
I know it was in the thousands. I remember
Yeah,
3 zeros.
yeah, and then the going through space is like a million or some crap,
Mhm.
like some ridiculous amount that you would never believe.
Just screws with the head, just makes you think. But I mean, that's why that thought comes to mind, because it really gets you thinking. It really gets you out of this. This world is bigger than we know. No, space is bigger than we know. This world is this much volume and this much water and this much mass, and hell, we're over 8 billion people now.
Yep, I've I'm astounded, man. Like every time I look up into the sky and stuff, or into space when at night when I can see the stars anyway. I live in New York, and you don't always see that. I'm sure Michigan as well.
Overcast a lot lately. Yeah,
Yeah, winter time. Woohoo!
it happens.
So I started always thinking about goals and other things because I last year I did like 10-year goals to make sure I'm getting on my way because 40 to 50 made sense in my head.
Well, I mean, that gets me thinking about our most recent podcast event where we were setting those 10-year goals, and mm, brought up some amazing goals there. So, yeah, think about that. At 50 years old, achieving those goals. How
Hmm.
big would that smile be?
What does that feel like? Yeah, man. I keep thinking about all the people around me, what I'll be doing and stuff, and I keep planning ahead even further because I really have like a 30-year plus going on in my head at any given time.
Right on.
I see you're pulling cards there.
Well, yeah, I was just about to say, thinking about you being your birthday, what can we pull for Matthew for his birthday? So instead of going with the Rebel deck, I went with the Dream deck for you.
Mm,
And what came up is the Ocean card. Go with the flow and flow with the glow.
that's so funny. I love
I'll
that.
send you a picture of that one after the call.
Yeah, man. I'd like to share that one. I'll share that one pretty quick. I haven't really shared too many of them on the thing just because I haven't put time into it. But I did schedule quite a few posts for people, so that'll be nice. Oh, and I also, so everyone knows, I also recorded the first couple of gratitude videos today. So that's coming out pretty soon here for the Ripple and Above members, which I'm excited to release for you guys. So it's a gratitude course.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Gratitude has definitely been a big key in my growth to getting out of that living hell into literally I can't say it's actually like, living in heaven now, but it's a
Mhm.
lot closer than where I used to be.
Yeah. I think I'm happy most days and I feel like I'm up and energized most days. I still have my down days too, though, but I think that's a natural part of being. Like, you have to expect that you're going to be low with the highs.
Right. Oh, well, when we're young and dumb, we don't really think about that. We just go. We're not blessed with the wisdom of knowing that there's good times and there's bad, and accepting both of them as they are is how you get through them the quickest. I don't know about you, but I know I definitely had my fair share of kicking and screaming through some rough times.
Yeah, I totally like, I do some of the same stuff that bugs me about my own kids, but at least they're not doing it near to the extent that I was. So that makes me happier.
Hey, a little better every generation, right?
Yeah, that's the hope, man. I really want to see my kids do better than me in life, honestly, if they want to.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's a conversation I've had with my son a few times in his young life so far. Is just helping him understand how brilliant he actually is, and knowing that he can do better, and not really pushing him, but just nudging him, letting him
Yeah.
find himself while helping him know that he can do anything he chooses to.
Yeah, I think for me, the struggle that I have as far as communication with them is figuring out whether it's one of those things where they just need to go through it to learn the lesson, because there is a
Yep,
natural
the life.
way to that.
Yep, the life lessons. We all
The
got to
life
learn them.
lessons, which you have to earn and learn on your own, really. I mean, that's just how that works.
Yep.
Then there's times when you can give them a shortcut, but do they even want a shortcut, or are they open to a shortcut because they're
Don't even
struggling with this
understand
or
it.
that?
Yeah, or even understand it at that depth. Like, can they even perceive what you're trying to inform them of?
Hmm.
Yep.
So, especially with all the stuff that we've been learning over the past few years, like we talk about this all the time. Like we've learned so many different ways to approach life. We've learned about so many different like techniques a person can use to move and shift through life that it's really hard not to give advice when you see somebody struggling in that state of whatever they're in, and one way that they could get out.
Right. Yep. And when it comes to my son, I won't hesitate. I'll just throw the advice out there, and if it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it's something that he holds to use down the road, hey, at least he heard me.
Hmm. I think
Yeah,
it's a
no,
repeat too.
yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's how all of us learn. Really, is through repetition,
Yep.
for sure. I
Practice.
know. I know that's my best way. Hands-on experience, sometimes multiple times. Mhm. I was going to say something else. I lost it. It slipped my mind.
That's okay. uh, for my birthday, I ended up getting A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, super excited
Sweet,
about that.
sweet, nice purpose. Ooh, catchy.
I am so excited for this one because I've listened to it a number of times, but I never had a hard copy.
Right?
And I wasn't even actually going to get a book, and it ended up being on the shelf on the way through that last aisle to get to the cashier. Essentially,
It was fate.
it was. It was
It
like,
was fate.
hey, look at me.
You heard Eckhart Tolle's, ringing those chimes, and you're just, oh, there it is.
It was amazing, man. My eyes just got drawn to it. It was like glue.
Oh yeah,
So
that happened.
I think I might do that one for my next book club book after we're done with the Stephen Covey one.
There you go. How's that coming along? Getting
Oh, good. Yanni showed up last time, so that was nice to see her, and she's starting to read this book as well. So we're having a
nice.
good time, and we'll see if anyone else comes this next week or not. It's up to people.
Yeah,
I
like I
just put
said,
it out there to help out people if they want to read and study and learn.
right? Like I was saying, if I wasn't in robotics, I'd be coming to hang out. And you definitely picked some great book choices that really get you thinking.
Yeah, which is the whole fun part of this existence, I think, man. And you can dive in and just think and pull apart things. Like that's how I get so creative. Is like I dove into that mindset of everything's possible.
Hmm. Yep. I like that whole. I seen a meme not that long ago where they took impossible and separated the I am from possible and changed it to I'm possible. I was
Mm,
just like, fuck yeah, exactly.
that's been a big one. That I'm possible thing. I think it's interesting because I feel like everyone has this infinite potential, and it hurts me to see so many people like get stuck in these cycles and they don't want to get out, like for whatever their reasons. Like they have to repeat the cycle because that's what they're learning right now. That's their current existence.
right? And that's when you just plant the seed of, hey, what did you learn from that experience, or what did you learn from that repeated experience? Just leave it at that. Just allow that thought to simmer, to percolate in the old headspace up there.
Hmm.
You
I
know,
know I've done that plenty to myself, and I'm pretty sure you have.
oh yeah, that brings me to another meme I saw recently, and no, actually, no, it was a reel. Um, Someone was doing a voiceover thing where they were talking about a clip about how a healed man has spent more time having conversations with himself in his head than he has ever had speaking to anyone out loud. And like that hit me because I know for many years that was me. I was so inside myself trying to figure things out, and figure out who I was and where I wanted to go, and all of those questions that you can't really look to anybody else and ask because they'll just look at you like you need to go see a psychiatrist. It's like, nope, I don't want to be on those pills no more. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I've just come to the conclusion that we're all a little bit crazy in some way, shape, or form. So that's
Yeah,
just
for
life.
sure. For sure.
But
I've said it for many years now. Anybody can walk into a psychiatrist's office and walk out with a diagnosis.
Mhm,
It's everybody has something going on in life that they have a diagnosis for.
mhm. Yep.
Terrible.
I wonder how much we want to pay attention to that, I guess. I know I go through times where I'm just like, let's forget about all that. Let's just push it away for now. That's all in the past. So now it's time to step forward.
That's where I think the unity should come in. We share more of our personal lives. So for so long, when we shared our personal stuff, it was used against us. It was used as a method of attack. And I think people are starting to wake up to the idea that we all have shared experiences. We all go through the same shit. And if we can come together and actually speak openly and be somewhat vulnerable about ourselves and our lives, we'll find out that we're not as fucking crazy as we think we are.
Hmm. We grow. I mean, we grow at such a faster rate when we do that, when we get vulnerable, when we decide to open up to each other. Like I'm about as transparent as they come. I feel I don't really hide much in my life. Like it's just a matter of I want to live my life. I kind of want a private life because I enjoy being, by myself and with my family and that kind of thing. But beyond that, it's like I also want to have an effect on the world, and you can't do that alone.
Right? Right? You got to be a little outspoken, a little vocal, and a little vulnerable to be able to just throw yourself out there and in front of the world and say, hey, see how bad I screwed up. Check this out, and laugh at yourself a minute and say, here's what I learned. Here's how I grew. How about you? What did you do?
Hmm. Yeah, and I have those videos out there, man. Do you know how many thousands of videos I've done at this point doing these kinds of things? Like trying to work on my craft, like doing these things over and over and over and over again
Mhm.
until I make it work. And this is finally starting to work now. And I'm like, thank you. It was the thousand light bulbs.
Right. Well, I mean, you can't step into perfection. You got to step up to perfection. Like, I know I was on a call with you in one of the masterminds where I was talking to someone about it who didn't want to launch their thing because it wasn't perfect yet. And I went into my whole rant about, dude, just launch it, get it going, get it in front of people, let them see it. And then you can continue building it and making it better as you grow. It doesn't have to be perfect from the start. You will grow into that perfection.
Yeah. That still reminds me of the done better than perfect phrase I always like to use.
Nice.
Yeah, I got that one a number of years ago. I want to say it was from like a GoPro thing, even.
So I was shuffling the Rebel deck too, and two cards popped up today, which is it happens, but with the Rebel deck, it's not all that often. So not only did two pop up, but they both were the same color. Like, you can see
Mm.
same color blue. But we'll read one at a time. So I don't know which one popped first, but this one reads: Get over yourself, pull your shit together, help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. I like that. The other one says, some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. Wow.
I like that order. That's good, powerful.
There's some good cards today. But yeah, definitely.
The universe never guides us wrong, my friend.
Right. I feel both of them too. Like they both feel great for this call, but great for where I am in my life, anyways.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready for that now. I've now done enough study and practice. I am putting everything I've learned into action at this point, and this year is going to be my best year yet for sure. So stick around, everybody. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yes, I've been calling it the year of abundance and blessings. So I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready, man. And with that, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, please, and enjoy any of our other work. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.